What's up, player? Welcome back to the channel. I knew you was a real one. I already knew it. If you're not a real one yet, my name is daljiimarax, and on this channel I bring you guys some bomb makeup tips and beauty tips. I teach you guys some really cool ways to create beauty content, whether it be for Instagram or YouTube. Do lots of wig transformations, and I bring you guys some really good laughs. So today I'm going to be doing get ready with me, doing my makeup and talking about a past job I had as a Lyft driver and how it was a really good way to make some money. I think this is a good time to talk about this because we're in a pandemic and people got to make money. Like, honestly, social distancing is great, but it don't mean nothing when these bills got to be paid. So I feel like this is a helpful tip for people who have bills to pay, and it's very quick and easy way to get some money. So I feel like let me help you guys out. Let me tell you guys about a time where I could make some bank if I needed to. So if that sounds like something you into, boo, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this, and let's get into the video. Okay, so when I was a Lyft driver, this was kind of like my in-between job, or when I needed some money, a little something extra, to get some coin, because it was a really great way to make money. You could work on your own time, and it was very just efficient. You can get your money ASAP. You don't gotta wait a week or two for a deposit. Like, it was just so easy. So these are basically the things that I was able to do to get $1,000 a week. So first tip is, first of all, you have to live in a major city. This is not going to work if you live in Timbuktu, if you live in the middle of nowhere, if your nearest neighbor is 15 miles away. This is not going to work for you. So I live in Atlanta, so this was the perfect city for me. This is the wrong color. This is the perfect city for me to do this, because Atlanta's busy. It's a booming city, and it's a major city, so that was no issue at all. This is like one of the major key is you have to be flexible with your time. If you're somebody who works a full-time job, this is not going to work for you, even a part-time job, because like I said, this would be like my job for in-between jobs. So with that being said, if I didn't have nothing to do all week, I was lifting. And I will tell you that reason you have to be flexible is because even though you can drive whenever you want to, you're going to make your money when it's busy. So if you're driving during the time that's not busy, you're just going to be wasting time, wasting gas. You're going to be irritated because you're just sitting in your car waiting for a ride. Or if you are getting those rides, it's like 3 miles up the street, so you're only making a couple dollars. So if you're not flexible with the times that you can drive, baby, you're going to get some money, but don't expect $1,000 for the week. Don't expect that at all if you was real tight on time. Maybe a part-time job might work, but the key to $1,000 a week is you have to have no job at the moment. Sorry. Next, okay, so and then the reason why I say be flexible with time. So as far as Atlanta, the best times to drive are early in the morning and late during rush hour, especially during the week. On the weekends, you can kind of drive whatever time you want. Obviously at night it's gonna be mad busy, but then you're gonna get those drunk people, and then those, it's busy, but because everybody just going to the club, they're not really going no long distances. So I like to drive when I feel like people gonna be taking long rides, because that's more likely I'm gonna get a better ROI. That's when I feel like it's gonna be worth my while. I prefer to do a whole bunch of a couple longer trips than a whole bunch of little trips. That's how I like to roll. So when you're driving in the morning in Atlanta, you're going to get those airport runs. You're going to get those people going to work who live on the outskirts, but they got to get to work early. They got to leave for work early so they can miss traffic, or because the transportation doesn't go, MARTA doesn't go all the way out to where they live. So you get those type of people early in the morning. And then in the afternoon it's rush hour, so everybody getting off work, so you definitely want to be in the mix of that. Obviously when it comes to driving in the busier times, you're going to be traffic, but that's what happens. And then another bonus time, at least in Atlanta, is after rush hour. So here in Atlanta, we are a major city, But what makes us like the bottom tier major city is our freaking public transportation sucks. So if you do not literally live in like Fulton County, you have to drive. Like, you have no way of getting around. And even then, the transportation is very limited. Like, our trains and our buses do not go everywhere. There's so many different little suburbs and counties that's like right on top of each other. So you literally have to have a car when you live in Atlanta. Like, you have to, because the public transportation don't take you much. Like, even if you can take public transportation, you probably got to take an Uber to a bus to a train. So it's like, it's not like a major city where, you know, you can hop on the train or the bus and it take you in everywhere. We don't got it like that in Atlanta. So when it's late at night, and then on top of that, the public transportation does not run that long. Like, I feel like it stops at like 1 o'clock, maybe even earlier than that, and it doesn't start again until like 5 in the morning. So if you're one of those people who getting off after 1, or you got to leave for work before 5 a.m., you have to get a Lyft. You have to get a Lyft. So with that being said, driving, you know, once, you know, rush hour cools down, is busy, because you're getting all those people who off work who got a long way to get home because the train stops going. So if you're driving like probably like after 9 p.m., granted the rides will be much longer and you probably might be tired, so you know, make sure you sleeping during the day. But you getting those people who taking those long distances, so you're not stuck in traffic driving people around. Because it sucks so much when you gotta drive somebody up the street, but the drive is taking 45 minutes because you stuck in traffic. This way, you taking everybody where they need to go. You ain't got to worry about no traffic. You ain't got to worry about no car accidents. You know, you might have to worry about a deer or two running up in front of you, but you know, that's about it. So it's just smooth, calm, and collected. But unfortunately, you know, it's late at night, so you know, people want to, you know, be asleep at that time. But if you want to avoid the traffic while it's still being busy, in Atlanta at least, drive at night, in the middle of the night. Do the graveyard shift, and you know, you'll make a coin. Unfortunately, you got to drive at night. You can't sleep. You got to sleep during the day. That's the only unfortunate portion about that, if you want to get around having to drive during the super busy times. Next, this is a good one. You have to be strategic on like kind of where you start and when you turn on the app and get ready to lift. Me, I lived directly like north of Atlanta. So in the mornings when I would start, you know, lifting, if I would lift in the morning, I would without a doubt get an airport run, because I'm like literally straight north of the airport. So anybody who's coming from the east or the west or where my area is, they gonna, you know, need an airport run. So that I'm usually in the areas where people catching flights early in the morning, around 4 o'clock in the morning. So with that being said, I would get a ride in the morning, and that would be $20 just to pick somebody up and take them down to the airport. That's $20 that one way. If I started at like 4:30, 5 a.m., that first ride, if that first ride was an airport ride, that's $20 in less than 30 minutes. So I was Gucci. You feel me? So if you live in a busier area of Atlanta, you definitely have an advantage, because you don't got to like get in your car and drive to a busy area. You could just, you know, get in your car, turn the app on, or hell, even sit in your living room, just have all your stuff ready, turn the app on, and as soon as you get a ride, hop in your car and dip. So that, you have to be strategic where you are starting. So think about places where people might need lifts. Those are going to be areas where you know, it's in the city. There's probably a lot of restaurants around, a lot of apartments around. Make sure places where there's a lot of apartments around, like East Atlanta near Ponce and Inman Park, Midtown Atlanta, places where people got apartments, those are gonna be the busiest places, and people gonna need rides around those areas. So make sure like you paying attention to like, where do people, you know, order lifts from. Particularly most likely people who live in a neighborhood of homes or in the outskirts. Most of the time those people have cars, because they know the deal. Like, the transportation sucks. So like I said, you got to have a car when you live in Atlanta. If you're not living in Fulton County, baby, you're gonna need a whip. Otherwise you're gonna be spending all your money on lifts. Another place would be like, if you're somebody who's driving on the weekends, you definitely want to be in the areas where the bars and the restaurants are at, because those people are going to be needing lifts. You know, people drunk and they think they're going to get drunk, so you know they're going to need a lift. They're not going to be driving. So be near the areas where the bars at, where all the drunk people going to be, you know, stuff like that. So that is like a trial and error, because sometimes even the places, you know, that you think gonna be busy, it may not be lit that night, you know. So just take that into consideration. Where in the city will people probably be catching lifts? Like, think of it that way. So now that I told you, you gotta like be that person that's up, and driving when it's busy. You gotta be in the areas where it's, people gonna be catching lifts all the time. You gotta be strategic with where you at. You also gotta be patient, cause trust me, there's gonna be those days where like you get $100 in like 3-4 hours. Then there's gonna be days where it may take you a whole 8 hours to get $100. There are gonna be those places where majority of the time they are busy, but then there are gonna be days when it's dead. Like, you may be the same, time and place like you always do, and it's always busy, and then some days it's just not gonna be hitting. And that's okay, because stuff happens. So if you're going into this like expecting every single day to be busy and every single day to not have a problem and okay, then you're probably gonna get miserable and be like, oh my god, this is a scam, like what happened? Just be patient. So just keep in mind, even those busiest spots are going to have their dead times, Like, think of it now, like it's winter time, so people not really going to the club no more. But if you used to driving on Saturday nights making $200 in a couple of hours, that's probably going to slow down in the winter. That's probably going to slow down when it's raining. That's probably going to slow down during the holidays because everybody out of town. Like, you got to think of it that way. So on one end, you do have opportunity to make a lot of money as if you drive in and if you got a strategy, but sometimes that strategy don't work. Sometimes I might drive at a time where I know it'd be slow, and then that'd be busy. I'll be mad busy, can't even turn the app off to go pee. I'll be, booming, everybody need a ride, everybody driving all over the area, and that usually be the times where it'd be slow. But, you never know. Like, that's the thing about Lyft. The unfortunate thing is, like, you never know. You're always in the dark with whether or not it'll be busy or not. So, boo, do not expect every single day you hop on that app and turn it on that you finna make $1 million, because you'll be disappointed. To piggyback off of what I mean by also being patient, say you start off at 5 in the morning and it's mad slow. Do not completely give up and think like, damn, it's slow, like I ain't making no money, because it may come, even though it's slow and it's usually busy, it may get mad busy later on in the day. So say you split your days up and work like 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, and then you do a 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. in the afternoon. That 5 a.m. shift might be mad slow, and there be nobody getting rides, and you just feel like you wasted your time. So you may be like, I'm not driving today, like forget all that. But you might miss opportunity because it might be booming in the afternoon, boo. It may be booming on that graveyard shift. So don't think because you're starting off slow that the whole day is going to be like that. Like the whole time that nobody's catching lifts that whole day. Take that into consideration. And then the best way to, I feel like, as far as making the $1,000, this is the strategy I would do. Like I just said, I would split my days up. So instead of me driving 8-10 hours straight through, I'm gonna split my days up. So I'm gonna work 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. In the morning and make $100, and then do 5 to 10 in the afternoon and make $100. Sometimes I make $100 in that time frame. Sometimes I may make 60. Sometimes I may make 80. Sometimes I may make 150. So splitting your days up, you're not sitting in your car all day, you're not exhausted, your butt ain't hurting, you not feel like you're wasting your time. Split your time up. So if you know it's busy in specific hours, don't drive all the way through. Split it up. That was my best strategy to making like $200 in one day, is splitting the time up instead of trying to be sitting in my car for 8 hours straight. Well, you're gonna be miserable. Next, take advantage of lost fees. This is another way to get some income. When somebody leaves something in your car and you return it to them, it's $15 a fee that you'll get back if you take it to them. So if somebody leaves something in your car, don't just toss it and be like, fuck that, I'm like, they left this in my car, I'm tossing that. Nah, get your money, hold it for them, report it to Lyft like somebody left a charger, somebody left their wallet, somebody left their glasses, their shoes, and they'll give them your information, and then you return it to them, and then you get $15 free. I do that all the time. I'm not about to be that person like, I don't feel like returning this. No, baby, I want my $15. That's $15 I didn't have to work for. All I gotta do is drop something off, I'll bring it to you. Yes I will. And you get it instantly, like it's no waiting on it. And then sometimes Lyft will have promos. So if you get 15, you know, it'll be $15 for 3 rides. So if you get a ride between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m., you know, if you that first ride, you get the next, you know, 3 consecutive rides, you'll get $15 after do that. So take advantage of any promos they will have, because with that, you'll have to work less for the money. So instead of in 3 rides, say you get $50, you get, you know, 3 rides, you get 3 rides and you just get $50. Well, if you get 3 rides and you did it at the time where they had a $15 promo, guess how much money you got? $65 now. So you got an extra $15 and you didn't even have to do nothing for that. So sometimes they will have those a couple of days. Sometimes they'll have like 2 or 3 of them in the morning, 1 in the middle of the night, 1 during rush hour. So take advantage of those promos that they have, as well as, you know, cancellation fees and, you know, lost item fees. So you got to make sure that you're being strategic about also what type of rides you're going to be doing. You feel me? And then lastly, like I said, only drive when it's busy. If you're driving, just sitting in your car just because you want some money, you're going to be miserable. You're going to hate being in the car. The money that you're going to be making from those little rides here and there is not going to be enough. It's going to be a waste of gas and mileage on your car and wear and tear. No, nobody want to do all that. So basically, in a nutshell, to summarize everything, the best way to make $1,000 a week is you have to make $200 a day. So with that being said, you at least in Atlanta, you could probably get $200 in a day if you work anywhere from 6 to maybe 12 hours. But like I said, split those up. So maybe you'll do 5 hours in the morning and then 4 hours in the afternoon, and then that's your $200. Or you may have to do 6 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon, and that's your $200. Like I said, every day is not the same. There may be a day where you only make $5. Only maybe a day where you make $75. But in a nutshell, if you're driving at the right times, if you're driving in the right areas, you're picking up people, you know, in specific, you know, places that you know is going to be busy, you driving when there's promos, you taking those items that people may leave in your car back to them to get to collect that fee, boo, you getting your $200 a day and you make your $1,000 a week. So it's really as simple as that. Like, it's not something that's going to be super hard and difficult in trying to figure it out. Like I said, depending on where you are, at least I know in Atlanta, you got to figure out those places where it's going to be busy. That's probably the only part that may be difficult, figuring out where in my city people going to need a Lyft ride. Like, it's not different for everybody, but at least in Atlanta, it's going to be Midtown, it's going to be the Buckhead area, it's going to be Inman Park, that Ponce City, East Atlanta, Virginia Highlands, that little area that's mad busy. I don't recommend sitting at the airport waiting for a long airport ride. You're going to be wasting your time, your gas, your mileage, all that good stuff. Just go in the areas where it's busy. If it's a game going on, drive near the game. People going to need a ride to the game. If it's a club, if it's a, you know, a hot celebrity in the city, I mean, they live here. But, you know, if something going down in the city tonight, go Lyft. You're going to get those drunk, annoying ass, rude people, but you're going to be getting that coin. That's another thing you got to, you know, that's a con that comes with it. So, drive when it's busy. Take advantage of lost item fees. Take advantage of the promos that they give out. And, boo, you on your way to $1,000 a week. But you got to be free. You got to be flexible. You got to be free. And that's the only kicker. So I hope this was helpful. If you want any more Lyft tips, if you want any Lyft story times, I can do story times for days when I was driving Lyft. Like, especially if you're somebody who considering driving Lyft, you need a heads up, like what to do. I can give y'all some tips on being a Lyft driver in Atlanta. I can definitely do that. Tips being a woman, tips being a black person, you know, where to drive, how to drive, what type of music to play. I could really go in and out. I could really go in on some tips on being a Lyft driver. I can help y'all out for real. Because I was making a coin and I had a really good experience. I stayed with a 5-star rating. So if y'all want to know that, let me know. I'll do some more Lyft videos, some more get ready with me's. I enjoyed this, giving y'all some tips. So I hope y'all can make some money. Because $1,000 a week, that's more than most people making at their 9 to 5 working 80 plus hours. Like, within that, you know, $1,000, I probably maybe was booked 50 to 60 hours. And that might be a lot, but I was able to pick the times. I split up my days. I wasn't working a consistent 10 hours. That's pretty good. You know, it's 50 to 60 hours and you wasn't consecutively sitting in your car for 10, 12 hours. You splitting it up. You could take a nap, run your errands, go watch your movie on Netflix, all that good stuff. So, I hope this was helpful. Let me finally end this video. In the meantime, boo, go ahead and check out some more videos in the playlist because I know you want to. You ain't got nothing else better to do, okay?